79-70 the final here from Chrysler Center. Michigan takes out Michigan State as they go ahead in first place in the Big Ten. I'm Kyle Bogenschutz alongside Mike Wilson. An interesting one today, and you know the way you look at it is Keith Appling finally got a start for Michigan State. They welcomed him back. Largely ineffective for long parts, but as Tom Izzo said in that post game, he's going to go with his guy, and he knows that his guy is going to be there in the Big Ten tournament, the NCAA tournament. It's tough, obviously, though, having seen Appling for so many years, for him to go out his senior year like this.
You know, and they're looking at March right now, and that's not to demean the importance of a big rivalry game like this, a conference title, which is the first goal this team has to win. But you look at it and you see a team that Payne missed 7 games, Appling missed a few games, Costello, Trice missed some early in the year, so did Gary Harris. And they're looking to get all these guys back and playing together before they head into the Big Ten tournament and into the NCAA tournament instead of figuring it out then. So you're going to take some lumps right now. They're 5-5 in their last 5 win-loss rotation. But you have Appling back and you're excited about that. And while he's not scoring, what he does distributing the ball and defensively is important. I mean, look at, you know, they're winning 22-11 when he goes out with 2 fouls in the first half. I think Michigan outscored Michigan State by 20 the rest of the way. I think it was 68-48. And that changed the game right there. He's an important guy defensively.
Tom Izzo, a guy who wears his emotions on his sleeves, and I think he let us in a little bit into his locker room in the post-game press conference, talking about defense and that this team's identity has become maybe a little too offensive, oriented. What's gone into that? I mean, he's tried to substitute guys, and he said they just weren't getting it done, being able to prevent Michigan from getting to the cup today.
You look at guys like Russell Byrd, who was probably Michigan fans' biggest favorite player today when he was in. He struggles a bit defensively. He got beat twice badly. Kenny Kaminsky also is still picking up defense. But I think what you look at with them is, too, it goes back to not having played together a little bit. That's an offensive issue, but more a defensive issue in a way, because you don't know where everyone is going to be all the time. And I think Harris and Appling is where that starts. I think they need to figure out where to play next to each other. You're also missing probably your best defensive, your most versatile defensive player in Brandon Dawson, a guy who would match up nicely with Glenn Robinson and could guard Stauskas a little bit too.
And Dawson has done that before, in years past. Adrian Payne obviously struggled a bit today. Was able to put up 12 points, I believe 11 rebounds for that double-double, but towards the end of the game, started to wear down a little bit. What did you notice Tom Izzo kind of putting that on himself a little bit, saying maybe he should have substituted him a little better?
I know he pointed to the first half, and I don't know what the stretch was of how long he played consecutively. But he played a lot of minutes in a row in the first half, and you could see him visibly worn down. And I think that you look at some missed free throws, I think that's some legs issue, not having those legs. He's getting those back. He missed about a month where he couldn't really run with his full weight on or at all for much of it. So he's getting those things back too. This is a team that's relearning how to play a bit. And that's unfortunate, and those injuries have been somewhat of an excuse at points this year, but they're figuring it out now, and they're going to have to figure it out quickly. And that's why Appling's playing, and that's why Payne's playing a lot of minutes too.
This isn't exactly the team or the season maybe that everyone envisioned for Michigan State. You were hoping they'd be healthy. When they were healthy, they were certainly a team to watch and one of the best teams in the country. And they're still having a great year even with all of these issues that they've had. Moving forward, you have a few weeks now to kind of get things back in order, hopefully get healthy and get going. You mentioned the Big Ten tournament. You mentioned the NCAA tournament. This team they still have a lot to play for if they can get guys back. I mean, it's just got to be hard keeping that mentality, keeping positive moving forward. That's something Izzo brought up, and I'm guessing he said it in the locker room after the game, is they still have the pieces to win. Denzel Valentine said it maybe 3 times when I was talking to him. They've got those pieces, and they can win. And that's one thing they have taken well with these players being out, is a guy like Kenny Kaminsky, a guy like Valentine. They've stepped up. They've learned, they've grown. Travis Trice is in the same boat. And even Alvin Ellis, a freshman who plays sporadically. They look at their goals that are still ahead, and there are things there. What you're concerned with is, well, are you too focused on the goals and not winning right now? And that's been a thing a lot of the year. But as they get healthy, they're obviously a scary team. When they've been healthy, they've been a very good team. I think they have 6 losses now, and 5 of those have been recent. And so they're struggling right now, but they'll figure some stuff out. And I don't know, defense is going to be a big part of that. Playing some physical defense, as Izzo usually has his teams playing, and they didn't do such a great job of today. Well, something tells me they'll be ready to make a run when the postseason gets underway. A tough one today. Michigan beats Michigan State for the 3rd time in a row. 79-70 is the final here from Chrysler Center.